Hey guys, welcome to Lone Aspen. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Chris.
Continuing on with the clothing, we're going to talk a little bit about shirts now. But I mentioned that exposure is the greatest threat to you out here. Another one of the larger threats, I believe it's the third largest threat, is mechanical injury, and that can be minor scrapes or abrasions. And that's why we always wear long pants and long sleeves at any time of the year, even in June and July. When you're off trail, you rub up against a lot of things, and we're always sitting on rocks and branches, and durability is always a question with our clothing. So we're going to show you a couple of the shirts that we use and talk about what we're looking for in shirts. Here's your classic wicking summer weight polyester shirt. Now, this shirt's very comfortable. It's very light. It does keep you cool. Remember that it's the process of water evaporating off of you that makes you dry. It's not having water on you. You don't ever want to wear cotton out here. Cotton stays wet. This dries very, very quickly. The thing we don't like about it is that it gets what I call permafunk in it. And unless you have baking soda and lemon juice that you can wash this in every time, this shirt will eventually stink. And even if you pull it out of the wash and it smells fine, you wear it for a day and it starts stinking again. It drives me nuts. Don't really like these. Another thing I don't like about the polyesters, as we mentioned before, is we spend most of our time next to a campfire because we need it to do, basically everything we need to accomplish. And when a spark lands on this stuff, unless it's flame retardant, and even then, it burns right through it, and it usually melts this to your skin. You can't be replacing shirts all the time. Like the shirts we're wearing now, they're 50-50 poly cotton blend. And boy, these arms, that's tough stuff, man. It's like wearing armor. It's kind of funny. You can go crashing through brush and dragging up against rocks and it doesn't bother you. It's got pockets. Like all of our clothing, we like lots of pockets. This is a polyester. It doesn't feel like this, but it is very soft. These shirts dry very quickly. They're very tough. Spark lands on them. They don't burn, and they wash, and they don't hold a stench in them, just like the polyester will. Chris has got a couple other interesting shirts here too.
I've got another one, kind of similar to a 50-50 mix like we have on our arms, but the whole thing's made that way. But it's all, like the pants, it's a 65-35 polyester cotton blend. 65% polyester, 35% cotton. Again, with a lot of pockets. Same thing with the pants, lots of pockets. Good for even weight and size distribution of your essential survival items. Also have a wool top. This is a lightweight wool, like 150 grams. It's 100% wool, which is good. The blends seem to be a little bit stronger when you have a wool blend. High wool count, like 75% or so. Advantages of the wool. I mean, you can wear lightweight wool in hot weather. Most people would associate it with a cold weather item. But I've been out hiking in it with 70 plus degrees with my pack on for 8 hours. And yeah, I'm completely soaked in sweat. But what it actually does is it has air pockets in it that keep you warm in cold weather and cooler in hot weather. But the real, a lot of great things about wool. A very nice one is after you're hiking and things soaked in sweat, next day it'll be dry and it won't smell at all. Wool does not retain odors. It's also antimicrobial. So that's a huge advantage that wool has.
If you really study the properties of wool, you'll be blown away. There is not a synthetic material that can beat wool as far as its properties, its strength, and its actually mechanical ability to clean itself. Now the stinking thing, you think, well, you guys live out in the woods. What do you guys care? Hunting, you go through all this trouble to find something that stops your scent. Not to say that wool will stop at 100%, but it's a lot easier to deal with than a polyester that you've been sweating in for 3 days. Wool is just an incredible material. Let me see that the true. This is an interesting shirt, and like the shirts we're wearing, it has a mandarin collar, which is an actually functional collar. We often wonder, where these designs for these old shirts come from, that like butterfly. What is that for? I mean, yes, it looks like something. What does it actually do? This collar is very functional in that it keeps stuff from going down your neck. When you button it up, it keeps the heat in, keeps slings off of your neck. Shoulders are a very nice 50-50. I wish this shirt was a 65-35 on the arms like this one is. This one is not, I mean, this is a tough shirt. Got gusseted, articulated arms in it. Very nice stuff. Elbow pads, we don't wear the elbow pads. Lots of nice pockets. And the cuffs are nice in colder weather. Draw these cuffs down. Once again, I wish they were buttons and not Velcro. But we use what we can get our hands on. And these are pretty durable clothes. And they last a long time. And you can drag them up against a lot of stuff, and they wear hard. Come winter, we're going to talk about what we wear in cold weather, because we have the same problems with winter clothing. In winter, we're going to talk a lot more about wool. Wool is one of our favorite products for summer and winter. Absolutely incredible. Another thing I want to mention about this wool, as soon as you hear wool, you think of grandma's sweater. And that's not true these days. What that is what you call a worsted wool. Now, the coarseness of wool is measured in microns. A micron is 1,000th of a millimeter. And your skin, once the wool is over 28 micron, then it starts to feel real itchy, like grandma's sweater. These newer types of wool, and this is Merino, there's over 200 breeds of sheep out there. Merino and Lincoln are the most common. This shirt is thin, just like a t-shirt, and it's a 22, 23 micron wool. Feels just like a t-shirt. Feels like maybe a polyester cotton style of t-shirt. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like this. Very soft, very lightweight, dries very quickly, and you can wear these for a long time before they stink. Maybe not the toughest garment to have, crashing through brush and whatnot, but an excellent base layer. And if you're not going to be crashing through brush, they're great to just wear around. Wool is expensive, and it's worth it. We don't have much money, and the items that we have, whether they're clothing or tools or equipment, they have to be able to perform. And so we can't, slouch on our equipment, and wool is well worth the money. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping by. We hope you found this informative. Feel free to get a hold of us. We'll see you next time.